Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show here on Main Street TV, where it is a glorious day. Still a little cold outside, still a little icy, but there is hope for us as the temperatures are supposed to warm up just a little bit this week, and we look forward to that if we can get through, I think, today. So, our good friend Nancy is here with us today. We are not going to be doing yoga today.
You're not going to be doing yoga today, no.
Because you have a different hat on.
Yes.
And we're going to be talking all things senior citizens and senior center and some parties coming up and all kind of great things.
Very exciting. This is a huge day for the senior citizens, a huge day, huge week. Because on Thursday and Friday, we have two events back to back, which is extremely unusual, but so exciting and so perfect for February. I was reading an article online as I was scrolling through that said it's not the reason that February is so difficult is because you've had so many months of lack of vitamin D and dealing with the cold and things like that, and your body is just
deprived of everything you need.
Right,
yes.
I know. And
all the good stuff.
You have all these heavy clothes, and God, I can barely move with the coats and the boots and stuff like that. And then you have to worry about falling. So
that's the truth. I mean, I don't think this ice is ever going to go away. It's scary.
Know. So the fact that we have these two wonderful things happening in February is great. Holzer in February, just around Valentine's Day, always does a Hug Your Heart event, and it's Heart Month.
Yes,
so that's why we're doing it. The American Heart Association declares that this is the month for our hearts. Thank you for putting that up on the screen. I don't have to look down to read it. There will be health screening, and it's a really amazing event for people to come out and get their blood pressure checked. I think maybe even the blood sugar checked. AAA 7, which is the Area Agency on Aging, will be there with information. And it's a time, plus other agencies, it's a time for people to find the kinds of services that are available. And a lot of times we just don't know what's available, and we don't know what we don't know, and we don't know what we need. So it's a wonderful thing to have happen. And I did some research about heart risks, and I'm not sure exactly how old this is. I haven't been able to find a date on it. But more than 62,000 visits per day on heart.org and strokesassociation.org are there. The risks are 56% of adults have been told by a healthcare professional to improve their health, their heart health. 83% believe that heart attacks and stroke can be prevented but aren't motivated to do anything.
Because it's not going to happen to you.
And I'm in that category. I have some blockage in my carotid artery. I need to do aerobic exercise, but it's just so hard. I don't want to do it. So I get that, 99% of Americans need to improve their heart health, 99%.
So all of us.
All of us. 72% don't consider themselves at risk for heart disease. We're in denial.
Yep.
58% put no effort into improving their health. 60% of adults don't have their blood pressure and cholesterol numbers. They don't know. I have them written down, but I can't remember them. But so there's that. I just know that they're not good.
I don't want to know. I think a lot of us don't want to know because we don't want to know.
Right.
But we need to know.
We need to know. I know.
I get what you're saying.
And heart disease is the number one cause of death in the United States.
Sure.
So 1 of every 3 deaths in the United States are caused by heart disease and stroke. Lowering your blood pressure may decrease your risk by about 50%. Every 25 seconds, Americans, there's a coronary event. Every 39 seconds, someone dies from heart disease and stroke. These are all amazing facts. So And women's heart health, know your numbers, what your body mass index is.
We do need to hug our hearts, right?
We do, yeah.
Yes.
And be good to yourself and love your body instead of grumbling like, why can't I do what I used to be able to do?
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Sure.
And 1 in 3 women will die of cardiovascular diseases.
Wow.
And women's symptoms are often different from men's. And
That is true.
The ones that we know about are the ones for men. And so I don't have a list of what those might be. But there are 8 ways to love your heart.
Okay. We need to practice all of them.
Right. Check in with your doctor. Keep tabs on cholesterol. Pounce on high blood pressure. Eat a heart-healthy diet, which is basically more plant-based foods.
Sure.
Making sure that you get
Eat
enough
your
fruits
vegetables.
and fruits, a little less meat, not so much butter and cheese.
It's
which
so hard.
I love it.
Cheese. So
Especially in the winter.
I know right now. So it's so funny. I've always said that I've never been to Aldi.
Right.
And so Jamie and I had to go over to Chillicothe yesterday, and he said, I have an idea. And I said, what? And he said, well, the Super Bowl's tonight. He said, let's finally go to Aldi. And because I knew that they had a huge cheese selection. And it is.
And they have a nice wine selection.
They
I think.
do. I didn't know they had. Oh, I was like a kid in a candy store. But we didn't get a cart on purpose so that we only had 2 hands or 4 hands, I guess, to carry things. But so we went and the cheese selection. So we got some cheese to have like as a little appetizer for the Super Bowl last night. And I guess my point is that probably wasn't the best for us, but it was fun and it was just something neat to do.
And it's so good. And I used to, before my cholesterol
is.
numbers, I noticed they were high. Winter comes and I want cheese. I want the fat in the cheese, and that's my comfort thing. And
Yes,
it's like, oh,
for
no.
sure.
So,
Yeah.
anyway, then exercise. Okay. Especially aerobic exercise.
Which is tough to do right now because
is.
it's easier to just walk out your door and go on a walk or a run or something.
when the weather's nice.
When the weather is nice.
Right.
This is tough if you don't
Yes.
have indoor equipment or a treadmill or
Right.
something.
Right.
I mean,
Or a
God
gym.
bless the people that are out running in this.
I know. I've seen a couple. Oh, my gosh.
Y'all have knocked your heads, but that's okay.
So get your weight in line, stop smoking, and schedule in some fun, which is a lead-in now
Woohoo!
to the party that we're having on Friday the 13th. And there are people who believe that 13 is not an unlucky number, it's a lucky number. So
Look at
come
Taylor
out-
Swift.
Yeah,
She's all about the number 13.
yeah, well,
It works for her.
It works
She's
for
doing
her.
something right?
she is. Well, I don't think we could all be Taylor Swift, but there will be karaoke at this, so we can sing if we want to.
You could sing Taylor Swift.
We could sing Taylor Swift.
Yes.
We're having a DJ. We're doing this in partnership with Jobs and Family Services. So there will be dancing with the music from the DJ, karaoke if you're so into that. I might
Sure.
try it for the first time in my life. My kids are going, Mom, you don't carry a tune. There will be a flower bar. People will be there with flowers and making arrangements and giving flowers to take
Oh
home.
my gosh, I love that.
And then there's also, we have, I have to check my notes here. Yes. So Holy Grounds is doing a coffee, cookies, and candy bar.
Oh, heck yeah.
And we'll have a photo booth and door prizes. So it sounds like a lot of fun. And this, frankly, seems to be, I don't know, a more upbeat celebration than we always have one for Christmas and Thanksgiving.
Yeah, this
And-
isn't
but-
normal. This is kind of
No.
a new addition to the
yeah,
to the
because
mix.
normally we do some things in each of the centers. But this time, all 3 centers are closed and we're transporting people to the wagon wheelers. Normally, we have about 200 to 250 people at these events, and I'm hoping anybody who's over 60 can come out, 60 and over can come out and play with us. It's a really good
Yes.
time to be together with people that we're not we don't see very often. And especially now, if you have cabin fever like I have cabin fever, come out and play with us. Dinner will be barbecue chicken, corn and green beans, macaroni salad, whole wheat bread, red velvet cake,
Well, that's appropriate for Valentine's Day.
and milk. Yeah. So, and we normally have punch and something like that too when
Sure.
we serve or tea, alternative
Okay.
liquids besides
Do you
milk.
have any ornery people spike the punch?
No, I have thought about
Like the
it.
high school dance?
Yeah. No, I've thought about it at times, but no, we haven't had any so far. Yeah.
Probably not a good idea with the ice.
Right. Not. Yeah, and
No, that
you know,
sounds so
wagon
fun.
wheelers is difficult to get to because of the terrace and it's up high.
There are
But
tiers.
you just park. We have shuttle service. So there's somebody driving a van around, and as soon as they see somebody park, they drive down and pick them up and then drive them up to the front door.
That's amazing.
So you don't have to walk up those steps.
yes,
Although
'cause it can
if
get
you
a
want to
little
get
hairy.
your heart up,
If you want to hug your heart,
walk up the steps. But they might be slippery and
Yeah, they
icy,
might
so
be.
we'll have somebody helping with that. So, so that's the party, and we're really looking forward to it.
I'll bet.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
So really, a party Thursday and a party Friday.
Party Thursday and a party Friday. Party Thursday, the food normally, I can't remember, I think we had sandwiches we had wraps
Okay.
last year, and I'm not sure that that's what the menu is going to be. But then people bring in salads and desserts and this amazing pies everywhere for Hug Your Heart pie. I'm not sure.
I don't.
Okay,
We're going to overlook that for a
but
moment.
it's good.
No, but going back to what you said is that, you know, people have been missing with this weather. They've been missing fellowship
Right.
and having fun.
Right.
Having fun does your body a lot of good.
It
So
does.
if eating pie makes you happy for a moment,
And you don't have it in your house.
Yeah.
Once a year is not going to be a problem.
Exactly. Like eat some pie, have fun with your friends, or
Right.
maybe make some new friends.
Make some new friends, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So now the Hug Your Heart, where is that going to be held?
That's at Park's Edge.
Okay, so one's at Park's Edge on Thursday,
Right.
then Friday at Wagon Wheelers.
Right.
Okay.
And Park's Edge is fun, but it's primarily informational, and it's a good time too.
Yes.
But that's where you'll find your numbers. If you haven't had your blood pressure checked
Sure.
ever, or you haven't had it checked recently, you don't check it at home, it's a good time to get that done. And your blood sugar levels, and to find out all the services that are available. It's a really good
Absolutely.
event.
And, you know, as you said, sometimes we don't want to know our numbers.
Right.
But you need to know your numbers. And I mean, even at, you know, my age or people younger need to be going at least once a year, probably twice a year, having your labs done, having your numbers done. And because even if you're just doing preventative.
Yeah, and it's good
things.
to know your family history. My family has a history of high cholesterol, so it's not surprising that my cholesterol is high. But you know, high within a certain range, and if it's off the charts, and I think a lot of us think that if we don't know, it'll go away. It doesn't.
You know, I have talked with so many folks, and I think we women are especially tough on ourselves a little bit, but I have spoken with several different people that work within radiology and that kind of thing, and they say that women that have been called back after a mammogram for a second look are way less likely the next year to go for a mammogram because if we don't know, we won't, it's going to go away.
Right.
And that is so, I don't know what's wrong with us, why we're like that, but you just don't want to hear it, but you need to.
Right.
You need to know it's not going to go away on its own, and we need to take care of ourselves.
And we do. And I think some of it is like, okay, what if there is something wrong? What will I do? Oh, I don't want to think about that. How much is it going to cost? You know.
That too,
And
all of the things.
Right. And here, we don't have a lot of medical services in this part of Ohio, because rural areas have a lot less physicians per capita.
Sure.
And it's also that then, depending on what kind of insurance you have, it's not totally paid for. You've got to put some out of pocket. And if you don't have that, and you feel like, oh, that's not in my budget. But then, as one of my daughters says, is cancer in your budget?
Correct.
Is heart disease in your budget? Is like what? So it would be better to do preventative things.
And I will find, and this is totally off the subject, we're squirreling a bit, but,
That's what we do.
Yes. If you work with a physician, or call the office and say, hey, can I make a payment?
Right.
If I pay in full, will you take less? They're very prone to work with you on things like that.
Yeah, they are.
You just have to ask. You don't get the sale unless you ask, right?
You don't get the sale unless you ask. And because of the way, I don't want to get into politics right now, but because of the way our insurance companies work, I think that there are times when the doctor's offices and the hospitals bump prices up because, especially in managed care, they don't pay the full price. And so in order to get what you want, you have to double what you're asking for.
Yep.
And so if somebody's doing a self-pay or help, they have some wiggle room.
Yes. So just ask.
Yeah.
I've done that 100 times.
I have too.
Yeah.
And I got an emergency room bill cut in half because I was paying for it by myself. So
Yeah, I had a knee surgery. It was pretty expensive, and worked with them, and they took a lot off of it, and it was really great. So yeah, just ask.
yes, and know that play and fun is important for our health. It really is. And being
At
with
the end
other
of the
people
day,
is important
it
for
is.
our health. Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
It really is. And whether you think you're an introvert or not, or maybe you have some social anxiety or whatever, be the wallflower. That's fine, but just be out.
And even that minimal contact, even if you're not making eye contact, you're not talking to somebody because I have nothing to say to anybody.
Or I'm just embarrassed, or I don't know what to say.
Just being in the company of other people changes the body chemistry. It's really important.
You pick up on people on energies and different things, and you absorb that.
Right.
And that's why you like to surround yourself by people that you interpret have good energy.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you want that. You need that in your life. Yeah. Or somebody that compliments you.
Right. Yeah. So, and we have some of the seniors when they come out. You can tell this is a special time because they'll dress up, and
Sure.
yeah.
So, is this a bring a date kind of thing, or is it?
Well, the
you
person
can come solo.
You can come solo, but the person who described everything to me, she said she's prepping me to come on the show because she was the one that scheduled it. She said, "So bring your special someone." And if you don't have a special someone, maybe there's somebody else who doesn't have one, and you can find the special someone there. We do have...
Love that. Oh, matchmaking.
Yes, we do
How
have
fun.
couples that have been together for 30, 40 years. But then there are couples who have just, this is their second time around, and you can tell they're just like teenagers. So it's not unheard of, really.
That is adorable. Yeah, and no matter what your age, you should have a special someone if you'd like to.
If you would like to. Not all of us want one, but that's okay.
Not all of us want one, or another one, right?
Right, but that's okay too. But it is a lot of fun, and I was skeptical. I know when I first started working for this Board on Aging and went to the parties, but watching how much people enjoy them,
Yes.
and then getting into the music, and watching the smiles on people's faces and the dancing. I know at the Christmas party there were people that that got up and danced, and some of the slow dances. It was really fun to see.
Cute.
And then we have a
Is there
group,
any hanky-panky going on the dance floor? You got to separate them like the high school
no,
dance?
I didn't see it. I think we're a little old for that, but that's okay. But we do have a group of line dancers in Wellston who come and do their line dancing.
That's so fun.
And anybody can join that.
Yeah.
So,
what a neat event.
yeah.
So 2 days in a row.
2 days in a row.
Of neat things to do for our senior friends. And so 60 and older, is that what you're saying?
60 and older. It's free, and and that's
free.
what it's for. Yes. Donations, possibly, if you'd like to give a donation. We almost always have a donation envelope or box, but it's not required. And especially, we just want people to come out and enjoy themselves.
Yes.
So.
Yep. And that's the main point.
So I hope to see you all there. And if you have, I forgot the phone number. If you have questions, you can call 740-286-2909 and say that you've got a question about. That goes to a central number, but the receptionist will give you to the right person.
Okay.
To find out more about it.
Sure.
And especially if you want transportation, if you're snowed in, because I think a lot of people still out in the country are still snowed in.
Yep.
I've seen people trying to shovel their driveway, and I actually got stuck last Thursday night, I think, in a friend's driveway because I couldn't make it up the hill, and I started to back down, and I slid off. And somebody from Ron's Garage came out, and this young man got a shovel and just lifted. It was ice.
Oh my gosh.
So some people are maybe shoveling themselves out of ice, and if you want to come and you don't have transportation, call us.
Yep, be safe.
286-2909. We can pick you up, but you have to be scheduled. You can't just call and say, hey, I want to come in 5 minutes, because our drivers are committed. We have regular routes that they go.
And that brings me back to something else also, talking about heart health. Mm-hmm. Please, for the love of God, do not shovel yourself into a heart attack. I feel like that happens every year.
Right.
You don't need to do it.
Right.
There are neighborhood kids, it's not that important.
Right. And
just to let you know, please don't do that.
If you're used to going to the gym and lifting weights, maybe you could do that. But if you haven't exercised in 2 or 3 months, don't pick up the shovel.
No, just don't do it. It's insane.
Yeah.
And I know that we all want to be stubborn, and I can do it.
Right. And especially, if you've always done things yourself, you're living in the country, yeah, I don't need help. Yes, you do.
That's fine. Ask, please.
Yes,
ask.
yeah.
There are plenty of people.
And people want to help.
Yes.
They do. When I was married, my ex said, Nancy, if you don't accept a gift, you're depriving them of the joy of giving.
That's so true.
So if you think of it that way, that, you're giving somebody else a gift, not giving them a burden. Yeah.
I love that. That's such a good way of looking at it.
It is.
Yeah, for sure.
It's hard for some of us, but it's good.
Sometimes we just need that punch in the face and to realize.
Yeah.
So speaking of, let's talk about the senior center a little bit and the transportation that is offered.
Okay, so
Just in general.
Just
I
in
know
general.
that we talked about, if you need a ride
Right.
to the dance or whatever, you can call.
Well, but also if you need, we travel as far as Columbus and Portsmouth to take people to the doctors.
Yep.
So it's non-emergency medical transportation, or if you don't have a way to get to Kroger, for example, we'll pick you up and take you to Kroger. If you
Okay.
have a hair appointment and you can't get there, we'll pick you up and do that. But you have to schedule.
Okay.
We can't just do it in the last minute. And if you schedule and decide you don't need it, please call us and let us know. Because we have drivers that go out, and I think, let's see, where is that? Last year, we traveled 148,746 miles transporting people. And we pretty
my
much have 2 teams of drivers. There are 5 delivery routes for home-delivered meals, and those drivers are assigned to deliver meals to people in each of the 12 townships. And then we have another crew of drivers who pick people up for their medical appointments. And sometimes people have to be in Columbus at 8 in the morning, so they'll pick them up at 6, 5:30 or 6. So the time doesn't matter.
Okay.
We'll pick you up in the middle of the night. We'll take you home in the middle of the night.
Okay.
So if you need transportation, we're here to help you out.
About how far in advance do you need to schedule?
A week is best, I think. Okay.
Great.
And that's a good
Fair.
question because I haven't really asked the schedulers that, but I know that they can schedule sometimes, if the schedule's not full, they can schedule a day or two out. But if you're waiting, like say I have an appointment tomorrow, I'm going to call and schedule. If there's a good chance we won't be able to help you because all the drivers have their schedules already.
Sure, they've been assigned to something else.
Right.
So non-emergency medical, dental appointments, doctor's appointments, pharmacy, grocery, errands, and the senior events.
And senior events, yeah.
And errands could be anything from, again, going to the grocery store, going to the bank.
Right. Yep.
Maybe you could have, 3 or 4 things that you need done all at one time, and you could just have that person, run you from here to there and then home.
And we have people, sometimes when we take people up to Columbus, the driver will wait for you to take you back, and you know how sometimes you have to wait an hour or two to see a doctor.
Sure.
That person is there waiting for you in order to take you back. We
They're
had
your
one
chauffeur, personal chauffeur.
One driver who used to study Spanish lessons while he was waiting.
Love that.
Yeah. Yep.
That's cool.
He doesn't drive anymore. I think he's 92 or 94. He works checking people in at the congregate meals instead.
But by golly, no Spanish, huh?
I think so. I haven't tried to talk to him in Spanish. So,
and the congregate meals are a thing that are still happening at the senior
at
center.
all 3 senior centers, we have a senior center in Oak Hill, and I have brochures here. I don't have to take yours. We have a center in Oak Hill, and it's at 115 Glen Cove Avenue in Oak Hill. We have activities there 5 days a week, and we serve meals there 5 days a week. The Jackson Senior Center cooks for all the senior centers as well as the home-delivered meals. So those cooks get there, at 5 or 6 in the morning. They get the meal prepared for the day at the Jackson Center, and then they package it up in these big it has to be a certain temperature. They take the temperature when it leaves, and they take a temperature when it gets there. And it's got to be a specific temperature in order to preserve the food and not encourage bacterial growth. So they do that, and then they will deliver the food to the Wellston Center at 407 South New York Avenue in Wellston and to 115 Glen Cove Avenue in Oak Hill. All meals are served at 11:30. Generally, lunch is over about noon. And then we have morning and afternoon, generally noon activities at all of the centers. Yeah,
Fun. And do you have to call ahead for the congregate meals, or?
Generally, no, but it's a good idea if you want to come to call the center, again, 286-2909, and say that's what you're interested in. So if you drop into a congregate meal, you're just a visitor, you want to try it out, you just stop in and talk to whoever greets you at the door and say that's what you're there for. If you want to be a regular, then we ask you to sign up.
Okay.
So that we can know that you're kind of on the list and we can plan for you.
Yep. It's hard to cook for an amount of people that you don't know.
It is. But the meals that we're not serving then get packaged up and frozen. And then we deliver those because for the home-delivered meals, we deliver 3 hot and 2 frozen meals a week. So then the frozen meals go out on one of the days that we deliver the hot meals.
Okay.
So the food's not wasted. It's not thrown away. It's like, oh, gosh, only 20 people came and we planned for 400. I mean, it's not like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So Yeah, and the congregate meals are a really nice thing. We ask for donations, a suggested $2 donation if you come regularly, and a $3 donation if you are a visitor. And you can be a visitor even if you're not 60. Sometimes people bring their kids.
Oh, okay.
Or, and these are
That's
adult
fun.
children, but every now and again we have a younger child who comes, and that's just a $3 donation. So,
Very
yeah.
good. And
And the meal, I always publish the meal plan. It's
you do?
Yes,
Okay.
publish the meal plan monthly on the website and also on our Facebook page.
Great.
Jackson County Board on Aging Facebook page, and all our events will be posted there.
Well, I
and
just
also
happened to
on the
look down
website.
and I saw pot roast was the first one, so I'm down for that.
Pot roast, yes, celery and carrots, butter beans, whole wheat bread. That was last Monday, unfortunately.
Missed out.
But the menus are prepared by a nutritionist out of the Area Agency on Aging number 7. And I think she plans everything out for about 3 months at a time and then sends the menus to our meals coordinator,
Sure.
who then puts that together. But what was I going to say about that? Oh, and they're using the federal government guidelines for nutritious meals.
Yes.
So everything is designed to be a healthy meal. And some people only eat, like they'll eat a big lunch and then they won't eat much for dinner.
Yes.
Okay?
I feel like that's how I would like to be.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. It's hard if you're working, though.
It is.
Unless you take a siesta and then go back to work at 7 o'clock
Need to
at
move
night.
to Peru. That's a thing there.
Or Bolivia or
Yes.
Mexico, or Spain. Yeah. So that's how that works.
I love that, though. And how do you, I know that there is a waiting list for the home delivered meals.
There is. We just put, I think, 10 people, we took 10 people off the waiting list in December because we got a little bit of extra funding.
Okay.
But we have 80 to 100 people on. And there are criteria. There's a list of criteria that it's a questionnaire people have to answer.
Okay.
And things like, do you regularly have less than 3 meals a day? Do you have trouble cooking? We have one woman, and we have actually a video that's on our website that you can see some of the kinds of things that we do. And there's one woman there in Jackson who says that she has trouble standing, so she can't cook. And then she doesn't get out of the house much, so it's really important for her to see somebody. The driver will say, hi, give you the meal. They're not allowed to go in. They just leave the meal at the doorstep.
But here's the thing about that. There's somebody that has eyes on you all
Right,
the time.
right.
And that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Somebody doesn't come and answer the door, there's a problem.
There's a problem, right.
And they're going to be the one to know
Right,
that.
right.
And they're going to call somebody.
Right. And we also ask that people who are on that, who we're delivering to, if they're not going to be home, they don't want a meal that day, to call us so that the driver knows that nothing's wrong.
Panic, yes.
Yes, and doesn't deliver the meal there. And the drivers keep track of that. They check off who they've given meals to. They check off if somebody hasn't gotten a meal, because all of that's recorded, and then our meals are paid for by through the Older Americans Act.
Okay.
From the federal government. That money goes into the state, and then the state distributes it and allocates it to the various area agencies on aging, and then each one of those agencies has a certain geographical area. There are 10 counties in area triple A7, and then so depending on the population, then that money's broken up and distributed, pieces of the pie. So we bill them for the meals that we distribute, and then anything that we can't pay for as a result of the funding that we get from them comes out of our levy. And the people here in Jackson County have been extremely generous to us.
Yes.
So that levy money, your levy money, is is paying for people to eat, because sometimes
Yes.
people don't. There's a high percentage, I think 14% of the seniors here in Jackson County live below the poverty line. And the things that contribute to food insecurity are poverty, lack of transportation, fixed income, and isolation. And a lot of our seniors experience all of those.
All of it.
So the delivery drivers may be the only person they see all week, and so the meals are really, really important. So anyway, back to, they have a questionnaire about,
Okay.
how many times you eat, how much food you have, is it hard to get to the grocery store? And then that's all scored. And the people, even if, say, you needed food and you were 75, or I needed food because I'm over 75, and I call and say, this is my situation. If I call today and my situation is considered higher because I score higher, I'll get bumped up to the top of the waiting
Okay.
list. So it's not done by when you call or when you enroll, but how high you score on that needs
Gotcha.
list. Okay.
And please know, and this isn't getting political either, but the senior levies, the things that we vote on, they help a lot of people.
Really?
There are seniors out there that would not eat or would not have any transportation if it weren't for that.
Right.
So just remember that.
And some
when you're voting.
people have to decide, well, do I pay my electric bill or do I eat? Do I get my medication or do I eat? And one of the causes of illness, and in addition to heart disease here, we have diabetes. I've forgotten the other kinds of things, kidney disease, but there's a lot of disease that is a result of lack of nutrition.
Malnutrition.
Malnutrition, yeah,
sure.
and food insecurity. So making sure people eat and they eat a well-balanced meal is contributing to their overall health and their ability to stay in their own homes. And nobody wants to go to a nursing home or a facility.
No,
So
absolutely not. Nothing against them.
there are
They
people
are needed,
who do actually have gone, and they're it's a social life that they have. But for the most part, we just want to stay where we've grown up.
Absolutely. And that's what makes you comfortable.
Right.
Yeah. So there's so much going on at the senior center that you all do such good.
Yes.
And so please make sure that you support it and
come out to
support
the
your
party if
seniors.
you're over 60
Heck
and you've
yeah!
never been to an event. Come see how much fun we can have on Friday
Exactly.
at the Wagon Wheelers. Dance. It's a perfect big space for dancing.
Yep. Super flat. I mean, it's one story once you get in there.
Right, and it was designed for dancing. It's a dance hall,
Yes,
former dance
it
hall,
is.
kind of a floating wood floor. The sound system's amazing. You'll really have a good time. And it's right in the middle of the day. So
What are the hours for that? For the one on Friday?
The one on Friday is 10 to 12. Doors will open the doors. We'll get there and start organizing around 9. Doors open at 9:30, and some people actually come at 9:30, but officially it's 10 to 12.
Okay.
Most people come around 10 or 10:30, and then we have appetizers and snacks ahead of the meal.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and the entertainment ahead of the meal, and the door prizes ahead of the meal and during the meal and after the meal.
Fun.
And then, that coffee, candy, cookie bar will be available ahead of the meal. The flower bar will be ahead of the meal. Photo booth, come with your friends, get your picture taken.
And this is all free of charge?
It's all free of charge. It's all free of charge, yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, so.
It's
a
amazing.
good event.
Yes. And then don't forget the Hug Your Heart Day event, which will be this Thursday at Park's Edge. And, we've talked about that event numerous times here on this program as it happens yearly or annually, if you like to say that. But it's 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Thursday
The
at
12th,
Park's Edge.
right.
But there will be the free health screenings, which we've talked about earlier,
Right,
are
yep.
so very important for you to know. Do you have high cholesterol? Is your sugar not correct?
Right.
Do you have high blood pressure? And sometimes, even if you know these things, they can be easily corrected. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to be on medication
or it can be
whatever.
A surprise.
Or
We
it
were
can be a
playing.
surprise.
We have one of the person who does the events now over at the center is an extremely playful person, but she's also like our little mother, and she had a blood pressure cuff and was taking people's blood pressure because she was concerned about one of the staff. So just for fun, I said, okay, take my blood pressure. And it was 157 over something. And I thought, that's never like that.
No.
I went in, I got really nervous. I went and did my yoga breathing and tried to get it down. And because I was so stressed, it wasn't coming down. She took it again. And then I went, okay, I guess I need to go see somebody. Mm-hmm. So even if we know or don't know, we're aware we have high blood pressure, maybe we're feeling a little weird and it's low that day, or it's super high that day, or whatever. So even if you think, oh, I got this covered, I check mine once a week, it's just good to have a check.
You need to know, and sometimes I've talked about this here on the show. My husband has been on blood pressure medicine, and he works out every day since he was 25 years old.
Right.
Nothing he's doing wrong. It just is.
Right.
And it was a shock to us. We had bought some life insurance, and someone came to the house to do physicals for us for the life insurance.
Whoops.
And they were like, do you know your blood pressure's whatever? And he's like, no. He's like, I run every day. And they were like, yeah. And they did it like 7 times just to make sure. And yeah, so to the doctor he went. And yeah, I mean, it's just a thing. And sometimes it's not a fault of your own or whatever. As you said, family history of high cholesterol. I mean, sometimes that's just the genes you're dealt.
The genes you're dealt, and maybe the lifestyle you're living that you're not even aware is contributing to something.
Sure.
There are some of us that are very high energy. We're kind of goal-oriented, and that's sort of a normal way to live. But we don't realize that because we're high energy, because it feels good to go, that's contributing to something.
Whole type A
Yes.
personality that you are high strung and you're going all the time.
Yeah.
Yes, that can definitely contribute.
So it's good to know. And I guess
our good friend Pete Wilson just walked in.
so I think we're finished.
Well, we never want to be finished with Nancy. But no, you promised you would come back in a week or two, and we will be doing some yoga.
Yeah, next week I'm out of town. And
we
this
need
week's
to
too
do
much.
that.
Yes, so the week after I'll contact Cheryl and Liv. Do
Love
you want
that.
these things?
Oh, you can take them if you need them.
I don't need them. I have many copies.
Love that.
So
Okay. Well, what's on the menu for today?
on the menu for today, good question. Let me check my menu, put my glasses on.
I mean, we may as well promote it while we're here.
Today's what? Monday.
The
Meatloaf,
9th.
green beans, baby bakers, whole grain bread, pears, and milk.
Okay.
I am not a fan of meatloaf in any kind, but
love meatloaf.
this is apparently one of the most amazing meals, and we get lots of people when we have meatloaf. And it's got a tomato sauce on it. So if you like, and it's sweet. So if you like a sweet meatloaf with tomato sauce, it's it. The green beans and baby bakers are to die for.
Okay. Love that.
I love that. So that's what
There
on the
you go.
menu
Get
today.
there today at the senior center and have your meatloaf.
Yep.
We just had meatloaf at our house the other day. So,
Okay.
Well, Nancy, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for stopping by. Don't forget this Thursday and Friday, 2 special events coming up. And if you need more information, you can
286-2909.
Exactly. There you go.
Thanks.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. You got it in the comments? Okay. Thanks, Adrian. Thanks, Liv. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Our good friend Pete Wilson is here. So we have some messages, and we'll be back right after this.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, a telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegrammnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
All right, and we are back with our good friend Pete Wilson and, part of our Valentine's edition.
Okay, is that what's going on today?
There's a Cupid shooting an arrow at you.
Oh my, I see all that up there. My gosh, once again, these technical production values surprised me here in little old Jackson here in the Lou Davis studio. How about that?
No,
Isn't that
Cupid's
something?
going to shoot. Is it a his or his arrow right at you?
Okay, all right. Well, this is the week, isn't it?
It is.
Right. So all you men out there, all you
Yeah,
husbands.
don't forget.
That's right. Do not forget.
If you want to live another week,
Well-
do not forget
Well,
Valentine's Day.
Tell me, as a wife and woman, tell me if I'm wrong on this.
Okay.
I do believe in taking your wife out for Valentine's Day, but not on Valentine's Day because everybody else does. What is wrong with going a day early or a day late? Is that bad?
So that's so funny you asked that question because we have had this discussion as Valentine's Day falls on Saturday this year.
Now, that's a date night.
We talked about at Sixth Sense what to do. So we're doing our Valentine's Day menu Friday night and Saturday night because of that very thing. Jamie said, I'll bet you there will be a lot of people that come out Friday night instead. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that as long as it's something that you discuss and it's agreed upon.
If you go to a nice place and there's limited seating and everybody else is doing it and you're going to wait for an hour, why would you do that?
Yeah.
I mean, shouldn't your wife be your Valentine 365 days a year?
Oh, Pete, this is why you've been married so long. God bless you for saying that.
For
That is precious.
44 years and counting, effective June 19th, that is.
I love that. You are such a sweetie.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter what I think. It matters what she thinks, right? I do know that.
Amen.
I do know that
You
much.
know the secret to a long marriage.
Right. So it kind of fuel things out there a little bit.
Yep.
All right. Well, what do you do if there's a ball game that night and you got to broadcast it?
Ooh, you have to. Communication is key, Pete. Communication is key.
Right.
You
Darn
have to
it!
talk with her.
I got that ball game. What am I going to do?
Guess we can't do Valentine's this year.
Okay.
Why does Pete have a black eye?
Yeah. Okay. You noticed. That's why I wear the prescription glasses. You can't tell what happens to me.
No, we're just kidding.
All right. Yes, we're definitely kidding. But we have some very good news, sweet news, since it's Valentine's week.
Good deal.
We played this up in the Saturday paper, and it is great news for Vinton County, and particularly for downtown MacArthur, the cause of Vinton County tourism, and the CVB. They received news officially late Thursday evening that the Hotel MacArthur was getting a $5 million boost in federal funding.
Oh, whoa.
I said $5 million. $5 million. Now, for those with short memories, this building is a historic building, goes back into the 1800s. It's almost as old as MacArthur itself. And, the hotel kind of fell into disrepair, but they received all the way back in 2022, a $2.8 million grant from the state to do a renovation, to turn this into, a small hotel, a trendy type hotel. And of course, tourism is really something that they're pushing now in Vinton County. And there's lots of B&Bs and Airbnbs and camping and all like that. But there is no standalone hotel in Vinton County except for the Hotel MacArthur. And it didn't do rooms anymore.
Right.
Just I'm not sure how long it's been, but they weren't really a standing hotel. But $2.8 million, they were just getting off the ground, and then a fire hit last summer. And it cast a lot of doubt over what would happen with the restoration, renovation process. And things have kind of just been happening behind the scenes. But the CVB, with the help of grant consultant Ken Reed, and folks in Vinton County know who Ken Reed is.
Yes.
He used to be the development director up there and lives in Hamden, they brought him on, and he knows how to get money. He knows the ropes, and he filed through the office of United States Senator John Husted for some federal funding. Well, in this last appropriations bill that got a lot of publicity because of the divisions, of course, in government
Of
about what
course.
should be funded and not funded, there were some goodies in there, capital type stuff for projects all over the place. And John Husted was looking out for Ohio, and particularly for the Hotel MacArthur, $5 million.
Wow.
Going to come their way. And technically, it is so they can have a visitor center set up in the Hotel MacArthur. But obviously, that $5 million will definitely help in rehabilitating the building.
Sure.
There was already $880,000 from the state, from the Ohio Department of Development, the Brownfield Fund, where they do cleanups and like that. This wasn't to demolish the building. This was to do cleanup and what they call remediation. That'll be the first thing that happens. But Ken Reed feels that construction, which will, I guess, be in the form of renovation, could occur as early as this summer. So, they'll get back on track. I know there was lots of people who thought, because this was a major fire, damaged the interior, the part of the roof, at least part of the roof, maybe all the roof fell in. So you're talking about, can they do this project? Will they have to tear down the building and start over? Will there be enough money? Do they still have that $2.8 million grant that they got almost 3.5 years ago? Well, the answer is yes, yes, and yes, yes. They can do all this, according to Ken Reed and the CVB, which has its own board. Audie Games is the president. I talked to her and Ken Reed both. And here's what Ken says the plans are for right now. And they're sure that this is going to happen. So, there may have been a doubt by some folks.
There was a doubt at one point.
Which you can understand under the circumstances. But we're talking about a visitor center, of course, in there. The CVB had been in there. There had been an office in there before the fire, just a small office. But they will have a new visitor center that will be part of it. There will be a small 15-room boutique-style hotel. There will be a restaurant, small restaurant, and there will be event space for activities in there. So all this made possible by the CVB, Ken Reed, people who didn't quit believing in what could be done. They never gave up on it. So it looks like that is going forward. It's one thing to get the money. It's another thing to know that you can still do a project and that you can find a way to use that money, and if it's enough. But there's some other smaller amounts of money that are allocated for this restoration project, and they add up. Jennifer, you know more about this because you've had been involved in building projects and redoing buildings and all like this. But they have $8.6 million. I don't know whether that will do everything they need, but that is one heck of a start. It sounds like to me.
That's definitely a good start, to say the least.
So cleanup, which will, of course, be the first step, obviously, that could occur as early as this spring, according to Ken, and he would be a person who knows. Lots of things have to fall into place, things that are beyond your control, permits and approvals, and you're dealing. God bless them, with the government.
Yep.
So there's hurdles that you have to get through, but that's the way it's looking right now.
So who will own and run this hotel?
Well, as far as I know, it'll be the CVB, and they will probably hire somebody to run the hotel, I presume, when they get to that point, when things are ready to open and be operating. I'm guessing the visitor center might be open first. I believe the CVB has had to meet in a different place. They have regular board meetings and like that, but this will be a visitor center right in downtown MacArthur. And for those unfamiliar, the Hotel MacArthur couldn't be more centrally located for Vinton County. Right on the corner of Main and Market. That's 93 and 50 in MacArthur, right across the street from the Vinton County Courthouse.
Exactly.
So very, very, very good news there, and we'll certainly follow things as they develop, and we'll see if they unfold the way that Ken Reed feels that they will. Okay. Another issue in Vinton County, and this got a little hot last week. The Vinton County Commissioners had an evening meeting on Tuesday, and the idea was, people complain, you can't go to the Commissioners meeting because it's during the workday. So why don't you try to have a meeting on the evening? Well, they did, and they had a huge turnout, And there were a couple different things discussed, but the big issue by far was the proposed solar panel facility that they want to put on the former Sands Hill coal property east of Hamden. Now, we've talked about this before, and there has to be approvals and all like that, and, the county and some other taxing entities would get some money that will be paid, by the solar facility. Nothing has been approved yet, either at the local level, from what I've been told, or at the state level. The Ohio Power Siting Board has final control over a lot of the solar projects, depending on the size of the solar projects. That's something we're still getting acquainted with. Some of the smaller ones, I understand, may not even need approval. But this, I think, is a larger one. And this turned into quite a session, because there were quite a few people there opposed to the solar panel facility.
Yeah, this seems to be a hot topic.
Very hot topic. There was a couple of people that spoke, but they're concerned about environmental issues. They're concerned about just having that facility out in the picturesque wilderness of Vinton County on this reclaimed mine land. They're worried about long-term effects of having it. Is it really necessary? Etc. Now, not everybody was in that camp. The commissioners were very careful to be non-committal about, this certainly gave them a chance to hear some input from the public.
Sure, and that's why they did it.
Now, one of the people who spoke for the solar facility, not necessarily for the solar facility, but definitely pointing out the benefits, was Jim Satori. He is a former Vinton County commissioner, and he came to the meeting, and he pointed out that it is very hard for, the local taxing entities, the county, the schools, or whatever, to have enough money. And there's Jim right there.
Okay.
There's questions about revenue, about property tax, that changing.
Yes.
Because property tax pays some of the bills for the schools and the county, and even on the municipal level. And of course, because property values went up and people are paying more for property taxes, if somehow there is what they call property tax reform, the downside of that is the revenue that the local governments count on, if that would happen. And so he was pointing out that any time that the local governments get some revenue, that's good. He wasn't arguing necessarily for the solar plant, but he was saying the money that would come in would be a big help. And a lot of people don't understand that. They kind of tend to look at local government, they lump it in with all the governments, federal and state. Well, you're talking about a different animal there when you're doing local governments. You don't have quite as much money, especially in lower wealth areas, where the income taxes are not going to generate as much. The property taxes aren't going to generate as much because you don't have big factories and all like that. And so anyway, this is a very open issue right now. But it brought a large crowd to the commissioners. I don't know whether it was just because it was in the evening or not, but they came out. They also talked about the homeless problem there. We're working on that story too. We'll talk about that on a future news segment here on Main Street TV.
Sure.
So that story was also in our Saturday paper as well. If you want to read on that, what some of the comments were. Okay, the Oak Hill High School was supposed to have its Sweetheart Dance last Saturday, but they did not. But instead, they have rescheduled it for the 27th. These are the young ladies who are Sweetheart Queen candidates and court attendants. We will identify them. They expect, by the way, Jennifer, to announce the Queen and announce the court candidates publicly tonight at the Oak Hill boys basketball game. They have moved the Sweetheart Dance now to February the 27th, Friday evening, February the 27th.
Hopefully the weather cooperates with that one.
But anyway, if we're looking at the picture here on the front row, those are your three seniors. One of those will be named the Queen tonight. You have from the left, Emma Figgins, Haley Allen, and Macy Swan. In the middle and the top row, you have the underclassmen attendants. In the middle row, sophomore Presley Gallagher, juniors Amabrie McCain and Brandy Smittle, and then on the end is sophomore Maya Wakefield. In the back row, those are the freshmen, Demi Mars on the left and Stella Lester on the right. So congratulations to all those girls. these queen things and court candidates, they get picked by the student body. So in addition, to being in the spotlight and being proud, that that the student body thinks you're a pretty good girl.
Yeah.
They wouldn't put you
Absolutely.
up. They wouldn't put you up their queen in
Honored
court.
to be selected by your peers.
Right. Okay. The Wellston Rotary Show is going to take place April 17th and 18th.
Oh, that's always a fun one.
So why am I mentioning that now? Well, it just doesn't happen. They have to practice.
Yeah.
And the first practice is tonight. And surprise, surprise, Dorothy Riepenhoff is in charge.
No.
The Energizer Bunny, Dorothy.
Yes.
I tell you what, she continues to do so much in the community and for the Rotary Club. And she has, this is an open thing. We want to make it clear. It's a Rotary Club event, and it's run by the Rotary Club, but they want the community to be involved. They just don't want you to come and see it when it happens. They want you to be involved in it. They
Sure.
need numbers. It would be much better if they have a larger choir. They don't use the word choir, they call it the circle. But they need performers. They have 4 men or women that are involved. They have people involved in the Oleo, which is a bunch of skits. It's really a great show, and it takes a lot of time to put it together. But the first practice is tonight, 7 p.m. at the St. Peter and Paul Parish Hall in Wellston. So just show up, and they will welcome you with open arms. Practices will be held 3 times a week until the show, Mondays and Thursdays, and maybe sometimes on Fridays, but it'll be at 7 p.m. And guess what? We have a very predictable theme this year, honoring America's 250th anniversary.
That makes sense.
So, everybody likes patriotism and honoring America, and this is the year to do it. And the Rotary Club is going to do just that. We'll give you more details as we get them. All right, a couple of time-sensitive things to mention. Of course, in May, all the alumni committees have their big doings. It's usually on Memorial Day weekend.
Yep.
The Jackson High School Alumni Committee is having their first meeting tonight. And the reason I mention this, the Alumni Committee works very hard to make it happen, just like the Rotary Club does the Rotary Show. But they're having their first planning meeting tonight. And any Jackson High School graduate who graduated in a class where the number ends in 1 or 6, you are invited to come to the meeting, because if you might be arranging a class reunion, they want you to come to the alumni committee because they want to know what you're doing, and they want to invite you to be part of the happening.
Okay.
If you're part of the happening, which is the after party after the alumni program, you don't have to rent a place. You don't have to arrange for food. You don't have to collect a bunch of money. They have it all set up for you.
Yep.
And the more the merrier is the way they look at it.
Yep.
So that meeting tonight, that first alumni committee meeting, is going to be at the Jackson City Library. It could be in the Potter Room, or it might be in the main library. It's been both places before, but it's scheduled to the Potter Room, 6 p.m. And if you're a Jackson High School graduate particularly, you're one of those persons who thinking about your class reunion, or you're the class president, or you're kind of the de facto organizer, this is the time to come.
Gotcha.
They will invite you to come. So much more to talk about tomorrow. A lot of good things happening. We look at the weather report, and when we get in the
Warm,
when we get in the high 30s and you're rejoicing, we've had a tough winter.
It's real bad.
I think I saw on one forecast 51 tomorrow.
Yeah, I know.
Could that be? I'll believe it when we see it.
We need 51 and sun, and then we could get rid of some of the stupid stuff.
The sun means a lot, even though it
does.
was very cold yesterday. The sun did some work on that snow and ice.
It did. You're right. Well, Pete, thank you so much. It's been great seeing you this morning. And tomorrow looks like, oh my God, the big man himself.
Sheriff Ted Frazier.
Sheriff Ted Frazier will be in the house.
I tell you, well, you mind your P's and Q's,
Oh, my
Jennifer,
goodness.
because he is a very good law enforcement officer, so involved in the public, and he and his wife are so supportive of many community
They
projects.
are, and so
in
much
addition
fun.
to what they do professionally.
Yes.
So a good guy, Ted Frazier, glad to see that he's here.
Yes, absolutely. So we'll look forward to seeing him tomorrow, and we'll put him on the hot seat a little bit. I don't know about what, but I always come up with something.
Okay, all right.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. Watch, there is still some ice, but hopefully we get rid of it this week. So we'll see you in the morning. Bye-bye.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.